Hi, I'm Jim Fossone, one of the attorneys here at Legal Help for Veterans, and we're bringing you 4 minutes with Legal Help for Veterans to talk about a couple of 3-4 subjects real quickly that you might have some interest in. So as we handle a lot of disability claims here nationwide at Legal Help for Veterans, and we get contacted with folks after they've gone in for an exam about their disability. It's known as a C&P exam, Comp and Pen exam. And you go in and meet generally a contract doctor. You don't meet a VA doctor. This isn't your doctor at your VA hospital, who's there only to evaluate your claim for a particular disability. And if you're one of our clients, we talk to you ahead of time and give you a little do's and don'ts of doing a good exam. But we often hear from people, and I want to relate this story so it drives home for you, about going to a C&P exam and saying something that hurts or may hurt your claim for a disability. So we recently had somebody call up and talking us through their problems. In this instance, it was a hip problem that they related to their time in service. They had a diagnosis, so they had that already set up. But they told us that they told the C&P examiner, well, I don't know exactly when I heard it. I believe I heard it in service in these instances, but I could have also heard it in my work as a SWAT officer for the local police department because I'm often busting down doors and maybe I heard it kicking in a door or something. Well, once you give the VA another reason why that isn't a service connected, you've really dug yourself a hole. Sometimes it's because you had a car accident and the injuries from the car accident. But you have to be certain of that. Don't say, I think, maybe, could be, boy, I suppose. All of those things will work against your claim. So it's real important to understand that the history that's being taken, your medical history that's being taken during that C&P exam can help you or it can hurt you. So be cognizant of that, be aware of that, and think about what it is you're telling the examiner and leave some of those guesses out of it because it'll just come back and bite you. As we roll into 2021, we want to, at Legal Help for Veterans, we want to encourage all veterans to look at 2021 as a year of health care. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's make sure we get the care we need, whether it's mental health, whether it's counseling, whether it's COVID, mask up, get the vaccine. It's really important that you make a conscious decision to say, this is the year where I'm going to take care of myself and get the services that I need from a health standpoint. So we wanted to encourage you in that regards as we start a new year. Wanted to tell you about a podcast that I think you might find of interest. We are a big proponent of veteransradio.net. Veterans Radio tells veterans stories and has for over 17 years. And we host the podcast for Veterans Radio. There's one that you'll find on the U.S. Guard Cutter Jarvis. We got a chance to talk to Captain Stephen Craig, who wrote a book about the Jarvis, and its almost destruction up in Alaska and its ultimate rescue and rehabilitation. But it's a fascinating story about what the Coast Guard does, some of the dangers that they face at sea, and some of the costs, both material and men-wise, that the Coast Guard's involved in. So if you haven't read much about the Coast Guard, you might find the podcast with Captain Stephen Craig of interest. You can find it by going to veteransradio.net, click on the podcast, and search for the USCG Jarvis, the Coast Guard Cutter Jarvis. Also, I want to mention one Medal of Honor recipient that ought to be remembered every December of any given year, and this comes from our work with homeofheroes.com. You should look to see the story of Major Wermuth. He was known as the Ghost of Bataan, the Bataan Death March, and he ended up being on the what they referred to as the Hell Ship that the Japanese put POW prisoners on and moved them around, and that ship got aerial attacked. It's a harrowing story, and Major Wermuth received the Medal of Honor for his time there as a POW in World War II. So I think you'll find that interesting. Go to homeofheroes.com to look at that. And if we can help you at legalhelpforveterans.com based on any of your disability problems or concerns or needs for increased ratings, please reach out to us and have a safe 2021. And remember, mask up and get ready for those vaccines that are coming.